Hello, my Moony friends. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of Heart Foamies, and I'm here for Daily Heart. It is Tuesday, September 23rd. Welcome. And a big sigh because I just can't believe it's the 23rd already. Oh my goodness. Anyway, good afternoon. Let me say hello to you all. See who's here. Evelyn. She says, good to be here with all the Moony pals waving. Hello. Krabby Abby is here. Catherine, Anita, Patty, Ginger, D-Ray, Becky, Linda, and Lydia. Gosh, thanks everyone for coming. I hope they had a great weekend and a great day yesterday. I know I feel like I haven't been here already in a million years because when I miss a day, I really feel the effects of it. What can I say? So I haven't been getting makey a lot because honestly, oh my gosh, Maxie Moon is getting very close to leaving, as many of you know. So we have been doing a lot of things together, running errands, just, spending time together. And it's been nice, really nice. But I know she's super anxious to get going. So we'll start our countdown really soon. She's leaving October 4th, and she will be gone for 2 months. Then she'll be back for a month, and then she leaves for good. So y'all can sort of have a countdown with me and, join the journey, I guess. I'm doing much better, and we're getting used to the idea. Her husband's already been there over a month, and he loves it, and she's going to have a great adventure. Anyway, oh, Janice, I was thinking about you today. I hope you're doing well. I think about you every day and hope you're feeling good. You'll have to message me and fill me in. Anyway, happy Daily Heart, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It is Take Two Tuesday. I hope, let me just see, comment or something, to, let me know if you saw Art Foamy Fun Friday. I'll just wait a minute. And I want to know if you were here for Art Foamy Fun Friday. I was hoping Christina would be here today. Oh, no, Anita's here. I was hoping Christina would be here because we're working with her images. So Patty said yes. Oh, Catherine, I'm giving you a hug. I'm going to need it. But I laugh. But I am getting used to it, I guess, more and more. Okay. And honestly, there's nothing better than having somebody come back and live with you, to be okay with them moving. Oh, anyway. All right. So Becky, Patty, Catherine. Oh, good. You all saw it. Yay. So, well, it's okay, Janet. I mean, not that not that I don't want you to go watch it, but I want you to know what I'm doing here. So what I did was I took a wooden substrate, okay? A wooden panel. This one happens to be cradled. Oh, Acme says she has an Italian lesson today. Oh, that's so cool. Well, I'm going to miss her. Hopefully she'll catch the replay, and I will share the finished pictures. This one still needs a little bit of work, but I did finish it off. And so what I did use, I'm going to just show you this. I used paper clay, okay, this Das paper clay, and I took a ball. Oh, Danette, nice to have you here. Welcome. I took a panel, or this one, again, it is the same thing. It just has a cradled edge, okay? So same difference, right? It's just this, if you're going to do art that you want, really that you want to hang on the wall, these are really nice because you can, easily add a little hanger to it. It just is a little more substantial. So this makes a great actual art piece, or if you're going to do it as a gift or for sale or something like that, I highly recommend doing it on something that has a bit of a cradle. Okay. These flat panels though are really good if you want to put it in a shadow box, or if you want to use it maybe as a coaster. Now that being said, if I was going to use this as a coaster, you would have to put some kind of finish over the top, okay? Whether you resin it or put a lacquer, something that will repel the water, and finish it off, because this you do not want to get wet, okay? Even though it is dry or cured, you don't want it to get wet unless you would cover it, okay? So anyway, I took, again, a wooden panel, and I don't recommend this for stretched canvas, okay? If you want to do a project like this, use a hard panel, okay? Stretched canvas has a little too much give, so when you would, and it would just, I feel like, too, when it dried, it would have more of a tendency to crack. So anyway, take a ball of your paper clay, and you adhere it to the panel just by putting it on, spreading it on, okay? And I used a lot of water, not a lot, but I should say moist fingers to smooth everything out. Honestly, I did not get it perfectly smooth. It's, has its imperfections. I don't know if you can really see it, but, again, some little bumps or maybe even a couple little bald spots. It really is okay. It makes it look more hand done. But, the more that you can work it and get it smooth on there, that's great. And I kind of burnish the edges by putting the clay down. Then you let it kind of set up, and then you want to put your art foamy into it, your clean, dry art foamy, or if you can also ink it, right, and put the inked or paint on it, and then smash it into the wet paper clay. That gives you this nice embossed or, sort of relief. And then you let it dry really well. And then if you saw our Foamy Fun Friday, you know that I did put a layer of like fluid acrylic, okay? And then I let that dry. And I did the same thing here. And then with this one, I have colored it with colored pencils, which is what I'm going to show you. Then I did finish the edges off with a little acrylic paint. Excuse me. That being said, yeah, colored pencils and acrylic paint. And then, of course, I could finish it with some kind of varnish or resin. Now, resin will make it very shiny, but durable, right? If you don't want it super shiny, glossy, maybe you want like a matte varnish. Okay, you could use a spray varnish, but I would make a really nice coat or two to make sure that it is water resistant. Okay, still, again, these would not be washable or anything like that. And just to let you know, I did get this a little bit wet. Excuse me. I have to sneeze. Hold on one sec. Phew. Phew. Sorry. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Anyway, excuse me. That really took it out of me. Anyway, I did get it a little bit wet with a baby wipe trying to clean something off, and that is sort of a mistake. So don't try to get it wet. I was able to, fix it or rectify it, but it did kind of smudge it up there. Okay, so again, I have my first layer on there. It's very dry. It's been drying for over the weekend and everything. I put a layer of fluid acrylic and then I wiped it back. Okay, so now, of course, you could paint on here, whatever you want. Okay, but I'm going to use colored pencils because it's really fun, and I think it's just a nice effect. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Anyway, and I do have to kind of clean up this edge right here a little bit, but I really like the way it turned out. I love the way it feels. I wish that you could feel this. It has such a very tactile feeling. It's embossed, raised, in areas and stuff, but it does feel kind of like stone. So I love that. Grab my other pencils, and pretty much, you can use water-soluble pencils. You could use Inktense. You could use your Stabilos. And I do want to kind of do it a little bit traditional colors, so I'm going to look up that hex. All right, so kind of got, but it's really nice because you will be able to see that the color, it really goes on nicely with, and very little effort really. This is a Stabilo. I don't know if I'm going to use Stabilo. I'm going to switch and just use my regular pencil. This is Poppy Red. You could use pan pastels on here. Oh my gosh, you can, of course, use whatever acrylic paints. And you know, another fun thing maybe to do, I don't know. No, I don't think I would use this. If I wanted to put like a watercolor grounds and then do watercolor, I would use a molding paste or something like that for my underlayer. I would not use paper clay because, again, you really don't want to get the paper clay wet. Use a little dark blue to fill in some of the lines that didn't quite get the paint down in there. So you can darken your recessed lines if you want to. And the fun thing is you really can build up layers of, you know, the pencil. So find a white. How about a pretty green? If you do make a little mistake, especially with the pencil, you can kind of just scrape it away. It's still pretty forgiving on here. And, you know, you really can still layer up your colors. You can burnish. Remember, too, if you really want to get down in some grooves, you can always sharpen, you know, take and sharpen your pencil to a really nice point. I hope you can see. Let me zoom in a bit and see if you can see what great coverage this is actually giving me. And of course you can put pretty firm pressure. And again, you can go in with another pencil, even a different color, and burnish. Give little gradients. And a nice yellow body. Brianna, hello. We're finishing up our tile from Art Foamy Fun Friday. If you remember, I stamped into paper clay using one of Christina's new hex stamps. And I am now just doing my overlayers using colored pencil. But of course, you know, use whatever you want. because of course acrylic would be great. I think you could actually use inks if you wanted to. So cute. Oh my gosh. I hope y'all got to see the little one I made for my door. That was fun. It was a little bit different. I did that one out of paper, or I'm sorry, out of Sculpey clay. I just rolled it out really thin, stamped into it, and then painted it, and put resin over the top to put on my door. It's pretty cute. Oh, there's yellow over the top of that. Trying to see. Oh, yes. Okay, so I need a red line to the inside. And for this, I might use paint. I don't know. And then again, just going into those little areas maybe where it didn't take the paint quite so, you know, it didn't grab the paint so darkly there. So I'll just go around and fill it in a little bit. So pretty cute. And then let's see, I'll go ahead and go around this outline as well. Try to make those values sort of match up. And then, of course, well, I want to go in and color all these in. And of course, again, you may want to burnish, you know, go back over with your white or even a clear, they have clear blender pencils, you know, you could use that. Or even like a lighter blue or light gray or something, you know, doesn't just another color to kind of smush it and get it kind of pressed into the sort of surface. Linda, great question. Anybody who's thinking about the swap, I think all packages are to Karen except for one. She's waiting on one straggler. And like we said, I don't know if who heard me make this announcement, but whatever if it is not there by the 25th, she's just going to send she's going to send all swaps out on or by the 25th. Okay. So we should have them by that very end of the month. And then I will do a reveal, or, I'll do a show and tell, probably right around, let's say around the 5th-ish. Okay, Maxie's leaving on the 4th. I don't I don't know for sure if I'll be here on the 5th, but close to that. It will give me really something to look forward to sharing. I'm very excited about it. I hope you all are too. So yes, it is on its way very, very soon. I think Karen does mostly have all of them in, except for maybe 1 or 2. So it's exciting. We try to give a lot of leeway. I won't lie to you. I was late. I wasn't the latest, which is good. But yeah, but it'll be there soon. Okay. Super exciting. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I think I just want to put a little yellow on the outside of this to sort of give a little unity and variety there. And of course, you can go back in and give it your own details. If you want to do little polka dots in the background, if you want to add extra flowers, I mean, you know the deal, right? If you want to go in and do little polka dots in the scallops, I mean, just have fun with it and, sort of make it your own. It doesn't have to be exact if you don't want it to be. And of course, your color combinations and all that stuff are going to also make a difference. Okay, so now if I do want to do more white in the background, I probably would paint it out with a little white acrylic. I don't know if I do or not, but I definitely would do my sides, and I don't know what color I want to paint those. Oh, I could really do anything. I could do the dark blue, which would be nice. I could do white. I think yellow would be cute. Or even that green. What do you all think? Do you have a recommendation? I know, Lydia. Me too. I really am. I already have so many ideas for what I want to do with the canvas, with the canvases. So very excited, and hope they will arrive quickly after mailing. Any thoughts on what color I should paint the sides? Also, I want to let you know that if you have any paper clay along the edges that is lumpy or bumpy, just take your file or a little bit of sandpaper, okay, and just buff those edges a little, and that paper clay comes off really easily. And you can just get them all prepped for whatever color you want to paint the sides. I think I'm just going to go with white because I do think I'm going to paint a little more white around these edges. Oh, you like the blue, dark blue and yellow scallop. Ooh, that would be so cute. Okay, so this dark blue then, I'll do the dark blue. You spoke up and I will give you the dark blue. We'll use this. With the yellow scallop would be so cute. Oh, way off, but how about soft lilac? I would use lilac if I had used it just even a little bit in here, Lydia. That would be such a pretty color to incorporate. But I don't feel like I would use it since I don't have anything else with it. It'll create a variety without any unity. Yeah, let's try this and see if we like it. And remember that if we don't, it can always be changed. I'm going to go front to back this way. Let's put a line and then just go back. Okay, and then if there is any little bits that get up on the top, you can kind of just buff that it should sort of rub in. Or if you do, take a baby wipe and hit it quickly, but don't get this super wet, okay? Just make sure you work fast and don't get it really wet because it'll get kind of crumbly if you do. We have a few Moonies in our group who could really use some racks. So I am going to gather some little pieces of art that I've made and some of the cards and send out some racks. I hope you're on the rack list. If you are not, the rack list is run by Jan Bryant, also known as Rubber Rabbit. So if you would love to be on our rack list, please get in touch with Jan. Just buff that on there just a little bit to kind of give it a little kind of really helps with that kind of stone look that I'm loving. And I could also distress these edges a little bit. Oh, good. Yeah. Doing the edges, that's one reason why I wanted to go ahead and do this with and for you, is just to reiterate that doing the edges is really an important part of the piece. Okay. Whether even on my small flat panel, I still made sure to finish off my edges and, you know, sort of incorporate a little bit of the paint going up on the sides, even on that as well. All right, let's set that down. And yeah, I think it really looks nice. And I definitely think it would be a great little piece to give as a gift, maybe for a, you know, housewarming or somebody moving, or I don't know, just a kind of a nice image. It just means good luck. So, you know, somebody got a new job. I don't know. I think it's so cool. And there you have it. And of course, for something like this, I really personally feel like a matte varnish or like a matte top coat would be really nice. Yay, I'm glad you all like it. Thank you so much for your input. I really do also think some little scallops on the side would be so cute too. So if I really wanted to take the time to do that, I might, you know, go in with maybe a paint pen. One thing to note, that if I wanted to go in first, maybe even with a little colored pencil and lightly draw my scallop and then go back in with a paint pen, I think that's probably how I would do it. Yeah, a hostess gift. So cute, right? Or even, like, I do think, too, that if you're giving somebody, say, you know, a bigger gift, that a piece of art, you know, maybe with a ribbon, like, attached to the top of the gift, it's just really a nice little touch, you know, something handmade. And, you know, who doesn't love art? Or a craft. So I know I'm making just a mess, but just didn't want to glob a paint right there. Then, of course, I would let this dry. I could, again, distress the edges if I want to, or do a little scallop. I might like to take just a little bit of white. Just get a little bit of this titanium white right here. And I don't know for sure. It's just, I'm looking at it and I said, you know, a little bit of lighter contrast, meaning If I could just put a little bit of this white in the background, sort of just dry brush it on. Not in, I don't mean real opaque or super painted in. Does that make sense? But just a little dry brush of white to sort of differentiate the inner circle from the outer edge. And I still will leave, you know, some of that blue peeking through. It just lightens it up a tiny bit. Like so. And then there's a few little lines too in there that I would probably go back and just kind of darken again, you know, darken up just a bit. And again, these are things I'll look at. These are the kind of the minutia or the details that I like to make sure are, you know, done the way I want to do them before I would call it finished, or definitely before I would varnish, and of course before I would give it as a gift or sell it or whatever. Because you know, sometimes you get some of these kinds of things in goodie boxes. And speaking of which, I do want to let you know, if anybody is interested in a goodie box, I have one goodie, like if you get $100 goodie box, it's a big one. The first person to get it, it is a juicy one. It has a bunch of watercolors. It has a whole brand new set of Jane Davenport, what are those crayon-y sticks? I can't think of what they're called. They're like the, oh gosh, now it's going to bug me. Hold on. Oh, marzipan twists. So it has a full set of brand new marzipan twists. It does have some really nice paper. Oh my gosh, some art. So if you're interested in a goodie box, maybe you've never gotten one before, or maybe you love them and you haven't had one for a while, I don't know. But I do have a really good one raring to go. Okay, I don't usually even promote them that much or talk about them, but I do want to get this in somebody's hands because it's good stuff. And those are the goodie boxes or mystery boxes. And I do believe they are listed on Art Foamies. All right, so here, do you want to, I want to get the green again because I realized I missed this leaf. I'm going to fill this in blue. Ta-da! I love it. I hope you do too. Anyway, oh, Becky. Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Um, Lydia, I know. And I'm not, you know, no pressure. I just thought I'd mention it. I don't really come on here trying to sell you a bunch of stuff. I just like to let you know, because if I don't say it out loud, then you don't know. And, you know, if it sits here for, I don't know, till Christmas, that's okay too. But maybe you buy yourself an early Christmas present. Or maybe a couple of you split it. I don't know. I'm just doing a couple little touch-ups here. Again, because when I look in the monitor, you know, I can see some little imperfections, and we want it perfect. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, that is a makey. Okay, I'm calling it done. Again, this is the Daddy Hex, right? And this was the single distal fink. Anyway, I love them both, and I hope you do too. I hope you get out some paper clay and have a little fun with that, because it is really a nice surface to, you know, art foam. Well, whatever. It doesn't have to be art foamies, of course, but as you can see, works great with art foamies, and it's just a really nice surface to work on. I think you'll love it. Let's see. Anyway, oh, no, don't really rob a bank, okay? Please. I must talk you out of it. Anyway, I love you all to the moon and back. I thank you for coming here today and joining me for Daily Heart. As a reminder, I am taking off again tomorrow. There is no Daily Heart again tomorrow, and I'll be back Thursday. We do have another Mooney Spotlight on Friday, so I hope you will definitely join us for that. I'm really excited about it, as I always am, our Mooney Spotlights. All right, my friends, you know the deal. Stay safe, stay sane if you can, and definitely stay makey. I love you to the moon and back, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye.